Clippers fans, welcome to a happy hour hang at Clips and Dip. I am Chuck Vockler. William Updike is going to hop on at some point. Adam Osland is unavoidably detained. Unclear what he's doing if it's not Clipper related, so let's hope it's a good thing. We're just hanging out. We usually do these live hangs at 5:30 on Friday. If you're listening to this, because we do publish them on audio after, and you want to see us on live, you can find us at youtube.com/@Clippers podcast. Today it is February 27th. The Clippers played last night, and they kind of got like a mini little break before March, which is good. They had a break. Anyway, I don't know. March is going to be a goddamn nightmare. The Clippers game last night was rough. Just from we could have won that standpoint despite playing very poorly. The second quarter of that game last night, I tweeted it from the show account, but we all deserve compensation for watching that second quarter. The Timberwolves have a Clippers problem, which is funny. The Clippers hung around despite not shooting well at all. They've made 5 threes the whole game. The defense was active, but I mean the Wolves missed a bunch of shots too. It was a weird game. You wanted to win it, but it didn't. I don't know. I never thought it was tough to really buy into the Clippers winning that game last night with how poorly the Clippers were playing and the fact that Minnesota had a full roster. And in the end, it came down to Anthony Edwards being the best player on the court, which was frustrating. But the Clippers finished February not very good. Yeah, someone saying Mathurin was rough. It's growing pains, right? Like Mathurin had a tough go at it. It makes sense. He's starting. He's going against starting lineups immediately. His shot has been really bad for the Clippers from 3, but that has to turn around. Yeah, March is here. Over February, the Clips were not. There were some nice wins, but they were 5-6 over the month. Some concerning shooting numbers leading into March. There are 18 games. Logan saying, "I thought I saw we had the easiest schedule to end the season." Maybe by winning percentage. Let me look it up on Tankathon. Clippers have, they have the 20 in terms of winning percent, opponent winning percentage. The Clippers have the third easiest schedule. But I think winning percentage gets skewed a little bit when you have to play so many games. Like the Clippers do get a back-to-back against the Pels, a back-to-back against Chicago and Sacramento, and play Indy twice in March. Which is like good. I mean, it's, there's some soft competition in March, but it's just a brutal schedule. It's 2 sets of 5 and 7s over 19 days with travel for 6 of those 10 games. That's from Tamir Azarli. That is, I believe, how it starts. I believe starting Sunday is when this begins. Starting Sunday is when the 2 5 and 7s in 19 days happen, which is brutal. And it's not that, like, again, on paper, these games, a lot of them are winnable. Absolutely. Like the Clippers could, go 10-8 or something. I would be fine with 10-8. I want it to be more, but 10-8 would be okay with me. February was not kind to the Clippers. They were 30th in field goal attempts per game. They were 30th in 3-point attempts per game and 28th in 3-point percentage per game for February, which is really bad. The 2-point shooting was great. Overall field goal percentage was 6th in the league. But again, the 3-point shooting has been so rough for the Clips lately. They were 22nd in turnovers per game, 18th in net rating, including being 23rd in offensive rating. The good stuff, they're 3rd in free throw attempts, and 11th in true shooting percentage. That's how rough the month was, is that 11th in true shooting percentage went in my good February stats note. So I'm a little concerned. They're not playing their best ball right now. Kawhi gets some rest, or got some rest, I should say, because I wonder if he's going to play all the back-to-backs in this month. We need him, obviously, but if things aren't going well, he has to play. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be it opens easy-ish. First 3 games, back-to-back, Pels, Warriors starting on Sunday, and then they play Indy on Wednesday. So like, all right. And they have another back-to-back on Friday, Saturday, which is at San Antonio, at Memphis, and then they come back to play New York on Monday. So, man, I know some of these games are easier, but the team is rough right now. Yeah, Mathurin last night, he was the number 1 option, and it was tough. There was a play, Law Murray tweeted about this last night, and it's something that, God damn it, let me find it. It was a possession that was pretty indicative of like how the game was going. Bad basketball by the Clippers out of the timeout. Mathurin had Reed on him. Then a screen brought McDaniels onto Mathurin. Possession effectively canceled from there. The rotations were tough last night. It's without Kawhi, without John Collins. It's just like, what are you going to do? And Mathurin wasn't playing particularly well, so he just wasn't, he's a confidence guy, right? The confidence is a little shaky. He's going to probably sputter a little bit. And again, the Clips made 5 threes. This is their second game. I think it was their second game in February, making 5 threes. Lopez took the most, which isn't ideal. The ball found Lopez a lot late in the clock last night. And God, it's going to be great to get Darius Garland back. How many turnovers? How many times does someone in the third row catch a pass? Like, God damn, that was tough. Darius Garland getting back is going to be great. He practiced 5-on-5 recently, which is awesome. And the Clippers will need him in starting on Sunday. They need Darius Garland to come back at some point. Mathurin's shooting for the Clippers. He's shooting 20% from 3 as a Clip, which is obviously very bad. But it feels to me like it's that John Collins thing from earlier in the year, where Collins was shooting a career worst from 3 and from 2 when the season started. And now he's obviously bounced back from that. I don't think Mathurin's going to come back to shoot like 60% from 3 or something like that, but I think his averages are going to even out, and he's going to look a lot better from the outside than he has so far. I think that'll be all right. Kobe Sanders played good. Bogey, like, that's the other thing. There's going to be all hands on deck. We didn't see Isaiah Jackson yesterday, which was kind of odd just because Ty Lue had said we were going to. Jimmy Williams was asking, how is Garland's 3-point shooting? Let me go ahead and pull up those stats because he's a pretty capable 3-point shooter. 38% career, averages 6 threes a game. He's a very good shooter. And the Clippers need it. The Clippers need the shoot, yes. Garland is clearly so important to what the Clippers can possibly do. We need a point guard to get to the paint, and we need a guy who can shoot from 3, and he can do both of those things. The paint touches were lacking. They've been lacking. That's why the 3-point attempts have been down. That's why Chris Dunn didn't take a 3 for 100 whatever minutes. We need a real point guard. And speaking of this, I feel like Chris Dunn is getting a lot of hate, or just, I guess, annoyance, I think. And I think people need to remember what Chris Dunn's role is supposed to be. Like, we were not supposed to see Chris Dunn featured this much offensively. No disrespect to Chris Dunn, but that's just not what his job is supposed to be. So I think some of the hate is a little like, let's pump the like when everyone's healthy, Chris Dunn is going to do what he's brought here to do, which is play really good defense, and kind of be a release valve when the offense needs it, not setting up the whole thing while also asking to play defense, being asked to play defense, excuse me. So I think the Chris Dunn, like, yeah, the team it's up and down right now. It's not super good. Yeah, he's been grinding. Like, he does so many things that this Clippers team needs. It will be okay. When we are fully healthy, it will be okay. But yeah, we're going to need a hell of a March from Kawhi. We're going to need the center rotation to play well. There's this idea kind of going into the playoff expectations that, like, if the Clippers get the 2-7 and they play the Spurs, that's a good, that's their best shot at getting through. And it's like, I guess, but I don't like that, specifically because of the center rotation. That makes me nervous. And that's what makes me nervous for March, too. Budinsky saying, thoughts on Chris Dunn trying to change his brand from the dude always getting into fights. I mean, I understand wanting to do that. I get it from his perspective for sure. But the game last night, specifically, McDaniels, I'm a Jaden McDaniels fan. McDaniels had a couple extra fouls. He fouled Chris Dunn a little extra, I think, in the second quarter on like a breakaway, on a fast break or something like that. And then obviously there was the kerfluffle with Mathurin where Chris Dunn hopped in. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's frustrating. Like, that was a really chippy game last night. It felt like a gross playoff game. So we'll see about that. But I get it. I mean, but he still affected the game very well. He still was affecting the game. There was this Justin Russo tweet. Yeah, when the Clippers had the run to take the lead, Chris Dunn was huge for that. And what was big about that was they were getting paint touches and things like that. So, like, again, just we can get really good point guard play from Chris Dunn in, small stretches, but he's not supposed to be facilitating and doing all that all the time. But we're gonna need him to. Like last night, Ty Lue said, he didn't know if Kawhi, Collins, and Garland would be available to play on Sunday. We know that the ankle has been bothering Kawhi over the last while, which we're always going to get vague things. I think John Collins will probably be all right for Sunday, would be my guess. And I just hope that Kawhi, Darius Garland, I'm kind of like, rest up a little bit. Like, don't rush Darius Garland back during the most hectic month of the season. I don't think they're going to rush him back, but I also hope they're not doing that, because it's like, hey man, we need you to be fully healthy for the next 3 years. So slam on the gas pedal on trying to get him back during this month would be difficult. Gargar Binks is a fantastic nickname. We haven't spoken about this on the pod yet, but it's great. Fully healthy Clips are 3-6 in the West. Yeah, that makes sense. We are back to the no point guards era, but because guys are hurt, like, it's not by choice, I guess. Bradley Beal's on the team, and he's hurt. He's someone who could be playing some point guard. I see people. My buddy, yeah, he was like, I forgot Bradley Beal was on the Clippers. It's like it was a very weird start to the year. Dunn is a necessary. He's not an evil. I'm not going to call him a necessary evil, but it's Pat Bev stuff, right? Like, that's what we need. He doesn't talk as much shit as Pat Bev, but he certainly sticks up for his teammates, and does those Pat Bev-ish type things. He's a fantastic perimeter defender, but Yeah, man. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think we're gonna do. Like, yeah, how this March is gonna go. It's a lot of games. There's 4 back-to-backs in March. They start on Sunday. There's another one the Friday after that. Again, one of them is against the Pelicans. They have 2 games against the Pelicans where it's like, you have to win both of those games. And I know that's asking a lot because before that back-to-back against the Pelicans, the back-to-back against the Pelicans is their 11th and 12th game of the month. And that is on March 18th and 19th. And it is a 5-7. Wait, is it? Yes, it is the end of like a 5-7. But I think we talked about it on the pod last Tuesday or whenever that was, Wednesday. But starting off with Pels, Golden State, Indiana in a 3-4 could be a lot worse. So they could start strong. Like, it's not crazy for them to go 4-1 in that 5-7. I didn't feel good as soon as I said it, but let's call it 5-2. Or let's call it 3-2. I would be fine with 3-2 in that first week. I'm feeling pretty good. I think you kind of answered your own question here. Our defense will keep us in any game. I don't understand why Batum gets more minutes than Sanders. Sanders is super versatile and mobile. I think because Batum's still playing solid defense. And I think last night, let's not try and react too hard to last night. There were 2 starters out. Things are going to be wacky. Like, it's just going to be weird with 2 starters out. That inbounds pass was rough from Nick Batum. The inbounds pass from Nick Batum, I don't think landed in bounds. I think it just, it went from out of bounds to out of bounds. There was a Bogey sighting last night. He grabbed a bunch of boards. Everyone grabbed a lot of boards, which is kind of weird. But, I mean, it'll get back. It was Bogey and the young guys, which is what got the Clippers back into this, which was super funny yesterday. But we are going to need, like, to your point, I guess, not to completely disregard the point. Like, we're going to need the young guys to play a lot this month. Just, again, because guys are going to be out. Collins coming off a head injury is kind of weird. Batum has had 0 points 3 games straight. He's not there to score. Last night he should have scored. I'll give you that. But the 2 other nights he's not there to score. Also, Jordan Miller, there's just defensive stuff. And the Clippers are a 500 team right now. Sometimes you're going to play like a 750 team. Sometimes you're going to play like a 250 team when you're a 500 team. I think it's just wonky. This person is saying, I don't see the urgency anymore. Or are the Clips content with being the 10th seed? Ty Lue literally yesterday said they're trying to get to 7 or 8. And will Ty Lue finally start Matine alongside Kawhi and Garland already? Garland is hurt. So hold on. Save the second question for maybe halfway through March. Let's wait on that. Let's wait for Garland to get back before we ask, why isn't Mathurin starting alongside Kawhi and Garland? Yeah, I think it's great that the young guys get more playing time too. I think it's going to continue to happen. Like, it's a necessity for March. I know it's a meme on the show that I'm concerned about March, but I am, and I think rightfully so. But it gives the young guys a chance to compete. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Kawhi does play all the back-to-backs, but I think some guys won't. Speaker says, I've never heard it put like that, the 750 and 250. That's brilliant. I'm taking it. Go for it. I stole it from somebody. I stole it from, who did I steal that from? I can't remember. Was it a quote from Tommy Lasorda? It might be. Anyway, But yeah, being a 500 team is weird. Like you look like a juggernaut sometimes, and other times you just look like dog shit. Especially with how kind of min-max the NBA is now specifically. March also, I'd like to take this time. March is also just disturbingly difficult for the Clippers historically. From Tomer. Tomer has been on March watch, which I appreciate. He tweeted this out today. He said, the Clippers and Pistons each play 18 games in the month of March, tied for the most in the NBA. It's the first time a team will play that many games in the month of March since the LA Clippers, Milwaukee Bucks, and Wizards all played 18 games in March in 2017. The current record for most games ever played in the month of March is held by the Clippers, who played 20 games in 31 days in March 2012. Why? Why? I thought that it was supposed to be better once we got our own arena. Like, what the fuck is going on? Sorry, I'm tweeting. Oh yeah, let's talk about Yannik. I feel like Aces fan, pretty solid fan existence for you. Congratulations. Said, I feel if Yannik scores more, which will take time, Yannik will be better center than Zubats. All right. And last night, not having 3 stars on the court, that was pretty impressive. Yannik, I love watching Yannik play most of the time. He goes for the highlight every single time. And I think what people, I don't think he'll be better than Zoo because we haven't seen, I mean, time will tell. I guess I can't say that either. But his defense needs a lot of work. Yannick's offense is also, when it works, it's really fun to watch. It's huge dunks. He's made 1 3, which is great. It's all kind of like highlight reel attempts from Yannik, which again can be very fun to watch, but you do have to figure out how to do the routine stuff. And Yannik is young. I'm not knocking him for this, but next season, I'm interested to see, what the off season looks like. Yeah, Jason's 26 saying he misses a lot of dunks. And it's in part because he's going for the biggest dunk possible, which, hey, as a fan, hell yeah. But to the point of like development, like I think he's had a real, like this rookie year is great. I'm very excited for what Yannik could maybe be. I'm excited for work he puts in the off season, 100%. But I think this misses a like dunks thing, and like, he got a goaltending call last night on a block attempt that was like, it looked very cool, but it was going to be a highlight, right? So he's kind of got rookie highlight play syndrome right now. And I think he'll be able to work out of it, right? Like, I'm not expecting him to be polished yet. He's still a rookie. But his development for me comes down to making the fundamental plays. He sets good screens. I will say that. The man can set a screen. He got called for a moving screen last night. There was like 3 possessions in a row, I think in the 4th, where the Clippers just got like, it was like 2 or 3 offensive fouls in a row, and it was so frustrating. But he can set good screens. Like, the base is there. He's just got to make the NBA play. I think a lot of what he's trying to do right now is make like an explosive college play, if that makes sense. I'm probably rambling for sure. But let's just see the fundamentals grow. Aces fan 222 seems more like an anti-Zubats person than a Yannik fan. Also, to the anti-Zoo people, he's gone. You don't have to think about him anymore. Like, yes, the 3-point shot, I agree. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the ceiling with Yannik offensively, the athleticism is there. The shooting might be there, but more so than no. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. The foundation feels there for a very interesting defensive or offensive center. How does the defense develop? How does making the normal plays develop? I hope it goes well because the tools are all there. As Adam says, he is dangerously high on Yannik. Yeah, and DiVincenzo got worked by a Yannik screen. If you remember what it was like watching like Mo Bamba and Kai Jones set screens, it's so much different even than Yannik. Yannik makes contact on his screens. Yannik sets a solid screen. It's like, it's not, oh, is that a ghost screen? Like, it's not, it's a real screen. Don't write off the Pels. That's very true, Dexodus. That's true. I think I might be hoping that the Clippers can beat the Pels. They don't want to give that top pick up. That's a very good point. I was getting a little too big for my britches there when it comes to the Pels and Clippers luck. That being said, they should. I hope they can win that back to back. Someone saying, "Call me hopelessly optimistic." But I think we're going to be quite good when healthy and fully staffed. I also believe that the upside of this team is higher than Mizzou and Harden. Let's get healthy. I cannot wait for this team to be fully healthy. I think I personally have I'm not writing off this season. I want to see good development from guys. I want to see Garland mix well with the team and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm excited to see everyone fully healthy, which I think means we have to wait until next year. There's some questions with how Beal fits in and stuff like that, but I agree with you, Sting fan. Sting fan, is that the wrestler or the musician? Or do you just like getting stung? I need to know if that's the wrestler or the musician. But the foundation, that's what was so nice about the trades, right? Is we got some picks, we got some pieces. Like there's some motion there for the future, which I totally agree with. The paint defense is an issue. And when guys get tired, like they're going to in March, I think it's going to look a little sloppy for those last 2 weeks of March, or the last, merely just like the last week. There's no back-to-backs in the last week. They play every other day. Starting on March 21st, they play every other day for the next 10 days. So they have 6 games in 10 days. The paint defense is something that has been an issue. Logan Revolvo saying, are we keeping Kawhi after the season with the whole investigation? I don't know. There still has to be some kind of punishment levied for this investigation, which I don't know what the hell's going to happen. But I don't see why the Clippers wouldn't keep Kawhi for $50 million, and then he's an unrestricted free agent in 27-28. You have to keep him. Unless you get some kind of trade and young player situation. But I think, like, I've loved how much the vibe hasn't changed with the new guys. Kawhi, telling Mathurin that was a good shot on the buzzer beater he missed the other game. Like, I think Kawhi is able to kind of like show these guys how to be a pro. He's obviously a lead by example guy. But I think I've liked the vibes with Kawhi and these young guys, so I hope they keep him. But I feel like we don't know what's going to happen with the punishment. Okay, Sting fan is a musician. Huge fan of Sting with the Police and even more as a solo act. Okay, cool. You should check out Sting the Wrestler, cool, as well. Pretty tight. Frankie Cosmos, I think. That's good shit, Frankie. Said, is the fact that I follow the team not punishment enough? No, it never has been. Unfortunately, it never has been. Jose Villanueva has asked this question 5 times. Do I think Isaiah Jackson can get rotational minutes? Honestly, man, I thought he was going to get them yesterday. I don't know. He's the only, other than Ty, Isaiah's the only guy who didn't play, which is weird because Ty had said he was going to play. So I don't know if he's going to get rotational minutes. I don't know how helpful the minutes would be. I don't know if, let me look up his contract. Yeah, he's locked in for 2 more years, so I guess maybe you want to see what he can do, but the response I saw, how can I say? Like, Pacers fans weren't incredibly upset to lose Isaiah Jackson. So I don't know if he gets minutes. Ali Malik, what's up? Very funny. Oh, I'm also wearing a Clippers, like, I think staff shirt I got from Goodwill the other day for like $3. Yannik still gives me JaVale vibes, which is great. Yes. Like, again, he's just got to harness all of it. Like, no worries, Jose Villanueva. I know how that goes. Yeah, even Bogey got minutes. The Bogey thing is weird. I have to think they were trying to trade him during the All-Star break. Like, he's just getting DMPs. He's rusty, which is a bummer. Bogey, the idea of it was great. Much like the Clippers kind of this era. Like, the idea of all of this and on paper is great. Yeah. The battle for March starts on Sunday. I did admittedly get a little too hyped on how the Clippers might perform against the Pels. That is a fair thing to call out. It's going to be tough. It's a lot of travel. But they play a lot of bad teams. Jackson is 6'9" with 7-foot arms and can move well. Ty has to play him. Lopez minutes are really bad. Lopez minutes are bad, but like, I mean, it's a small team right now. Like, I think last night's fresh in our minds. The Lopez minutes, he got a lot of weird mid-range shots. He was getting the ball late in the clock. Yesterday was, again, not indicative of how a lot of these guys are supposed to play. But as I mentioned earlier in the stream, the Clips they were 22nd in turnovers per game in February for this month. They can't be that in March. They can't be 22nd. It will be a very difficult month if the Clippers are 22nd in turnovers for this month specifically. For the season, I know they're 21st overall, but they got to take care of the ball somehow. It's difficult without a real point guard. Please just be league average. Just be 15th. The difference between 15 and 21 or whatever. But I think it just means your outlier games aren't as bad. You don't have the 24, like 9 in the fourth or something like that. Plain Man saying, I don't know y'all, but I'm high off the Yannik smoke. Adam Osmond has routinely expressed how high he is on Yannik. So what's the 420 time for Yannik? Do we have one? If they were to pick a game to play everyone, would it be against the Warriors? Try to knock them down the standings more. It's a great question. I'm assuming Garland's off the table for this because Garland's practiced 5-on-5. There might be some stuff coming out later tonight if they practiced, but there'll be some quotes from practice tomorrow and Saturday. Yeah, I think it's Golden State for sure. I think everyone will play both games, to be honest, to start this month. Because, you got Golden State in there. You got a Portland game at the end of the month, which is huge. You got another Minnesota game. Yeah, Golden State, Minnesota, Portland, play everybody. Who do I want taking the ball up? I don't know, man. At this point, Darius Garland. I'm not trying to think about anyone other than that. Do I have to choose someone else other than the guy who's unable to play right now? But, it has to be Chris Dunn. It just has to be. And he's doing, again, an admirable job. He's not supposed to be in this role. But we'll see. They got to take care of the ball. I think the shooting will get better. Am I foolish to think the shooting is going to get better? On the season, the Clippers shoot 36% from three. And they just got done with a month where they shot 32.5%. So I think that will get better. I think the three-point shooting will be better in March than it was in February. DG returns Sunday or Monday. I don't know if he's going to return on Sunday. Ty Lue seemed pretty pessimistic about that yesterday. Monday would be good. It might be a weird game, though. It might be one of the Pels games in the middle of the month. Like, there hasn't been a lot of scuttlebutt about DG. Jose Villanueva never understood why Lopez can't get rebounds. It's weird. The NBA is weird. Luke Kennard, 40% three-point shooter, takes fewer three-point attempts a game than Draymond Green this year. Shit is weird. The NBA doesn't make any sense sometimes. Yeah, take care of the ball. The shooting will get better, I'm pretty sure. It has to be better than 28th if they want the month to go, it's called 500. Just take care of the damn ball. The defensive rating's been fine. 14th in February. Pretty damn solid with this personnel. So that stay the same. Offensive rating, just get to 17th through 20th. Don't be, firmly in the bottom third of the league. And at least the schedule isn't juggernauts. But that just makes it not as hard of 18 games. It doesn't make it an easy 18 games. It makes it not as difficult of 18 games. Mathurin's going to come back around. I feel confident about that. Kawhi's going to be there back at some point. There's a possibility to go 11-7. That would be the peak for me would be 11-7 in this month. Is it doable? I don't know. But that would be the peak for me. Floor, who knows? The floor is probably the floor is 6-12, I think, for this month. And I hope that doesn't happen. And I don't think it will. If they take care of the ball, shoot better than 28th in the league and from beyond the arc, they're just not even able to generate them. I don't know. It's going to be difficult. But we'll see what happens. This starts on Sunday. We'll have a full pod for everybody on Tuesday because the Clippers will have played 2 games. And then they'll play again on Wednesday and then again on Friday and Saturday. There's a lot of Clippers basketball coming up. So strap in. It's going to be a weird month for sure. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you to everyone for hanging out. Oh, someone's asking what's my starting 5 with everyone healthy minus Beal. Never mind. Great question. Logan Revolvo. But we are not getting out of here. My ideal starting 5 with everyone healthy minus Beal. Do I have to pick a center? Is this for next year? Because I don't know if I can. I guess I'll go Brook, right? So we're going to go Garland. Get out of here. Garland. Man, who's at the 2? Maybe Garland. I don't know. Probably Garland, Dunn, Kawhi, Collins, Lopez. Or Garland, Dunn, Kawhi. No, wait. Yeah, Garland. Because math. It's difficult with the defense because I want the defense to be good. So I think maybe you have to go Garland, math, Kawhi, Derek Jones, and then Brook Lopez. The center is just so bad. Those first 4 are great. You got Garland, math, Kawhi, Derek Jones Jr. That's nice. Ideally, yeah, they're going to have to pick up a center in the offseason. I do remember Sting fan is still chiming in. Thank you for hanging out, Sting fan. I do remember Sting the wrestler from the old WCW days with the baseball bat. But then when I got back into wrestling for fun, I only cheered for the bad guys. I hated Hogan especially. Well, historically, good call on hating Hulk Hogan. He was a huge dick, anti-union. JC at the 5. We're not starting JC. No, that thumbs up is not indicative of my feelings of JC at the 5. I think JC at the 5, once the game starts, that seems great. But I think starting with JC at the 5 is crazy. Man, shout out to John Collins. Hope he seems to be healing up okay. That was a crazy fall. I'm heading out. Here's to starting off March with a win. Let's get past the cursed Pelicans. And then let's beat the cursed Warriors. And then we'll just go from there. Hope everyone has a good night. I and the full crew will be back on Tuesday. There's 2 games in between now and then. So let's just try, game by game. We'll figure it out. It's going to be a tough month, but the Clippers can bounce back, shoot better, take care of the ball. And things will be okay. Probably. Find us at you can find us anywhere you find podcasts. Review us if you feel like it. Subscribe if you want to. I am Chuck Mockler. Adam Oz and William Updike send their love as well.